This is part 9 of The Pawn. Terry did not speak for a moment. There was a tense silence, and the detective leaned forward, sensing that something startling was about to develop. Finally, when the silence had become almost unbearable, the detective spoke again, his voice puzzled, interested. "Why not?" he asked. "Why shouldn't he be sitting talking on the telephone?" Terry's mouth felt dry, and he moistened his lips before he spoke. The detective's face was rigid and immobile in its amazement. "Martin Grimm," said Terry slowly and deliberately, "was deaf and dumb." For a space there was a dead silence between the two men, Terry noting the effect of his announcement, and the detective trying to grasp its meaning. Finally the detective spoke, parroting the words as though by some reflex action of his vocal cords utterly disconnected and dissociated with his brain. "Deaf and dumb." His tone was monotonous and emotionless, as though his mind were still struggling for the meaning of the simple words. "Deaf and dumb," Terry nodded. "The question is," he said, "what was a deaf and dumb?" The man from headquarters found speech and interrupted him. "What was a deaf and dumb guy doing at the telephone?" "You answer that one," said Terry. "Trying to get a number?" Carton was puzzled. Terry nodded slowly. "He might have better luck than some of us. I've often wondered how to go about getting a correct number nowadays." "Never mind the wisecracks," said the detective. "It ain't so funny. It looks as if there is more to this case than I figured on." He regarded Terry suspiciously. "Are you dead sure that's all you know about it?" "Absolutely all," said Terry. "This here now, Lenore." The detective regarded him closely. "Do you know where she's living now, or where I can get hold of her? She might know more about this than we think." Terry shook his head. "No," he said. "You see, when she moved, she said nothing about where she was going. I've met her next door a few times since when she was visiting there, but that's all." The detective rose and took up his derby hat, which he had put on the floor next to his chair. "Well, I guess I'll be going back again next door and give things the once over." "Are you sure Martin Grimm was murdered?" asked Terry. "I don't know," replied Carton, shaking his head in a mystified fashion. "Couldn't find any real signs of it, but something tells me there's a lot under the surface of this here case. There's more ways of doing away with people than by messing up the whole block with them. Anyway, I'm going to look it over pretty careful. Deaf and dumb, eh?" Shaking his head dubiously, the man from headquarters took his departure. To be continued in part 10 of The Pawn. Hey there! If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. By subscribing to XOXO Gossip Lips, you won't miss out on any of our future videos packed with entertainment, knowledge, and fun. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Happy watching! Cheers!